Yes, folks, I do believe Sony has to bring Kodak film style support to their own Alpha camera series. I think there is good reasons why they have to do it, and I actually do believe there's a fair chance that this might happen one day. And today I want to give you the reason why I think this could happen and what could be the advantages compared to the Fuji, because there are quite some that have to be mentioned. And as you know, Sony is thinking about releasing a new lineup of fixed lens cameras. So this is rumors I got from trusted sources, so I believe this is coming. But I do believe what's still missing is the film style part that is making Fuji very popular. So before we talk about this, take 2 seconds time to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to not miss any of the upcoming rumors. The success of the Fujifilm X100VI proves that there is a market in this world for digital cameras. The market has bottomed out, and I think it will increase if camera manufacturers will deliver some kind of cameras that are loved by the younger generation. The younger generation wants compact cameras with instant great looking images, and that's why Fuji is selling a ton of their cameras. It's because they have the built-in Fujifilm film styles, which are very popular with the recipes and so forth. It's something unmatched by the competition. No other company is offering those kind of styles, and I do believe there is a fair chance that Sony and other manufacturers could actually offer the same, if not better, solution than Fuji. The second very important fact is that Sony has patented new fixed lens cameras, so they are thinking about it. What I'm afraid of is that they still don't have that kind of sex appeal because of the lack of the styles. But there is a solution, and today I want to bring the solution, and actually it would be quite quick to implement, and fingers crossed they might listen to me and to your feedback, and they will implement it on Sony Alpha cameras. So let's kick off by giving you a little bit of background about what the younger generation of photographers want. There are many people that want to step out from the boring classic smartphone photography, have something that is different than a smartphone, and this caused two new trends. First of all, we have a trend of increased sales in film cameras. The younger generation wants to buy those kind of film cameras and use film to get to that instant analog pixelated film look. And the second trend is that the younger generation is buying older digital fixed lens camera that have some sort more low quality grainy look, and this is something that is very appealing for them, and they want to share those kind of images on their social networks. That's why also the Fuji X100VI is selling like hotcake, because it's a compact camera that looks cool and it has those film styles that help you to create an instant good looking image without having you to download the image to a laptop, open Photoshop, elaborate a Photoshop image and so forth. What the younger generation wants is to have an image that is instantly good and instantly shareable on social networks. And that's the strength of the Fujifilm X100VI. I do believe this trend is here to stay, and that's why I believe Sony should absolutely offer proper film styles on their cameras, so that the younger generation will look to Sony as an alternative to Fuji to buy a camera that gives you that instant good looking image. And actually I do believe that it would be super easy for Sony to do it, because Fuji is the only company as of now to offer film styles, because they have the long heritage with 35 and medium format films. And I do believe Sony can tap into the heritage, for example, of Kodak-Agfa-Ilford and many others to offer built-in digital film styles in their cameras. Why do I believe this is easy to do? Because Kodak actually does license their name to Chinese manufacturers to realize some Kodak named cameras you can find on Amazon. Those are cheap entry-level digital cameras named Kodak, but they are made by Chinese manufacturers and not by Kodak directly. So I do believe Kodak is interested in licensing their name and valuable patents and knowledge to other manufacturers. So it would be easy for Sony to approach Kodak and say, hey, let's do digital film styles of your real films. As you know, Kodak has a long history of great films like the Kodak Ektar, the Portrait, the Kodak 3X, the T-Max, the Ektachrome and so forth. All names that everybody knows, and if you Google for those kind of films, you will see that those films are all still on sale, and actually the sales are rising. And you can also see that the images you create are instantly recognizable, so you know exactly how a 3X black and white Kodak image looks. That long historical film look has a value that I think Sony should tap into. That means Sony should approach Kodak and ask them to license them the possibility to have the Kodak film styles in digital version for the Sony Alpha cameras. I do believe Kodak would have quite an interest to do so, and it should be easy to implement on any Sony Alpha camera, and this would actually be not a replacement but work along the Sony picture profile. The Sony picture profile give you the possibility to set your own profiles, but the problem is, first of all, they are quite anonymous. So you have PP1, PP2, but this is something you have to do for yourself. You have to do your research, guess what kind of setting will get you closer to a certain look, while having a proper Ektachrome name, for example, in the menu that you can choose, will give you a reliable, consistent style that you know has been approved by Kodak. So Kodak will work so that the digital film style gets as close as possible to the real analog film. And this will give you a consistency over the next years. And for example, if Kodak would add a new film, you could add also that new film in digital version on the Sony Alpha camera. And if Sony would actually do that, I think they have even the possibilities to surpass Fuji, because they'll strength of Fuji is also the limitation. Fuji is tapping into their own film styles that are very well known, but they will never agree to give you also Kodak film styles or Agfa film styles and so forth. They are direct competitors of those companies, so they have no interest to do so. But Sony actually could be open to implement any kind of manufacturer of film styles. So not only Kodak, but also, for example, ask Agfa to do the same, Ilford, and even smaller companies like Ferrari and so forth. Ask them to give them the proper digital style version of their analog films and offer probably 5, 6, 7 times more kind of film styles than Fuji is currently offering on their own cameras. So Sony could be a sort of open system of film styles, while Fuji will have a closed system. And this could be, in the long term, I think, a winner solution over the Fuji, because you could offer many more options, because you could offer also the option to the younger generation to, yes, you can shoot analog film with analog cameras, but you can also have that very similar look on your Sony Alpha camera whenever you want to shoot digital. And I think that will be quite amazing. What do you think about my proposal? Do you think it makes sense? If it's possible, if they should do it? Personally, I will keep doing those kind of videos because I know Sony is watching me and I know they're reading your comments. So if you have a positive feedback on this, please let me know in the comment system, because they are likely to read it. And I will forward my request to the Sony contacts I have, because I believe, one, this is a winner, and two, this is easy to implement. I mean, they could approach Kodak, probably it would work, or Agfa and any other. Even if Kodak would say no, you could still contact Agfa-Ilford and all the others, and still it would work out. And Sony should really consider it, because if they are not doing it, then maybe Nikon, Canon, or other companies are going to do it, because sooner or later everybody will understand that those film styles are attracting the younger generation. So young people that have money, they are buying those kind of Fuji cameras or other cameras that offer them a certain look. And if you can win them over, you win over potential customers for the next decades, and they will buy more of your gear in time, or the newer cameras when they come out, or the newer film styles when you will offer them, for example, also as a paid option in your software. That would be a big business in my opinion. Okay folks, that's it. I wanted to give you my 2 cents about this. As soon as I have more info about the new Sony compact cameras, I will make a new video. Those should be very exciting. That's something that I got from my trusted sources. So definitely stay tuned for that. And also subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to help me to increase the visibility of this channel. As you know, I'm the first to share often rumors from Sony, Canon, Nikon, and so forth. And I have some direct contacts to what's going on in the business. And if you participate, we might influence those companies to take a more interesting path when it comes to camera development or software development. So that's my hope, that we can slowly get to some kind of new exciting models that we all want to get from those kind of companies. Folks, that's it for today. See you soon.